Hello, I am Autobot Viking 07 with my review of Studio Series 74 Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee. This goes for $20 and it's just a re-release of the buzzwordy Bumblebee version. Let's get started. First up, the background is during Operation Firestorm in Egypt, that fight, which is what Jolt should have came with. So why didn't they? Did they not want the same thing twice? The same background? If so, you could have done, like, I don't know, for Bumblebee Sam's house, when the kitchen bots went on that witch hunt for Sam. I don't know, it just kind of triggers me a bit. But speaking of Sam, here he is. It's just a copy of the tiny little copy of Masterpiece version without the cube. And why didn't they give him eyes? They could have at least added 2 white dots for eyes. Not make him look more like him. Now he has more in common with a mannequin from friggin' Dick's Sporting Goods. But in all, it's fine enough. Kind of. If you're getting it just for Sam, don't. But the only reason I did was because my other Bumblebee broke, and it just added a little extra. It's just a little extra something in it. And now let's get into weapon storage. Now, just mentioned that Bumblebee. Here he is in his in his 09 Camaro version, which is a slight retool of the 07 one to make it look more accurate, because the 07 wasn't a real Camaro. They cannibalized cars and had to build it, which is impressive. But anyway, looking at the front, I tried to add a little red outline there, which it had in the movie. Well, after I made it gold, looked again, because I was black. Whatever. Headlights. Got the little grill there. The black bumper looks a bit weird with how it kind of breaks up. There. The side looks pretty clean. And Camaro logo, that's just a sliver. At least they added a fake detail. Put a little gold on the Camaro logo, if it would focus. Tail light, same thing on the back. I don't know what that thing is. Mirrors. It looks pretty good. Got the black stripes and a little, like, extra vent thing, I think, on the front. And the underside. All vehicle modes have kibble. And Bumblebee, he just looks at the ground the whole time. And you might notice, well, from here, I swapped the heads with the old bee. Because I don't like this one as much. It looks a little weird to me. And honestly, it just looks way better. Makes the figure even better with that head. Could have made a swappable mask thing like with the Bumblebee movie one, but nope. And weapon storage. Here is his gun. I do not like it. I don't really care for it as much. I had a bit of paper there just so you don't see the hand as much. Focus. A bit of paper there, colored it black. Basic stuff. But it plugs in on the back like an overgrown muffler. Just, dang it, plugging it in. Come on. There. It can plug in the back. Like an overgrown muffler, I think, is that on the back? I don't know. But just going to move all of this for now. And into vehicle mode comparisons. Here we have my old Bumblebee. The old one is longer. And high octane Bumblebee. Now it's pure, again, kind of longer. Well, about the same size. So yeah, I think you can tell. I think it's pretty reasonable on how each one goes into that. And an extra Bumblebee, the Cyberverse one step changer. I only had $10 that day, so That's why Cyberverse. There. Just got a bunch of bees together going to... Just, if you have enough, you can form your own beehive. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Moving those out of the way with Dark of the Moon Ratchet. Age of Extinction Hound. Studio Series Jolt. Also from the same wave. Dino. Studio Series Dino. And finally, Battle Hooks. Well, no, Battle Hooks Optimus. And they look pretty good together. All lined up like that. Up like that. But now let's get into transformation. Okay, so first up, you're going to want to open up the side wheels. Open up the windshields. I mean, the doors, not windshields, but you pull these sections down a bit. Well, you're going to want to lift this up a bit, then split the legs. And then, well, flip that down. And then you pull the arms out. Pulls, well, fall down as far as it can go so far. Well, let's just get back to the legs. You want to pull the little shin pieces out. Move the legs out, and then pull out that section. You want to click that in, push into foot, rotate, and smush. Smush that in, then flip it down, and fold into windshield, and then just twist the leg. And do the same thing on the other side, because it's also a leg. Flip that, swivel, turn that, and turn the body around. And, well, you want to fold into thigh guards. I don't know. Well, you want to keep that folded down. Move the arms down. Pull this section back a bit. Pull down the little chest piece. Rotate the headlights. Come on. Then just tab them in. Fold that. Move the wings back. And then just fold the arms up. Well, you probably should have folded that up before, but fold that up. Fold up the backpack. And then fold in the wings. And you can, well, I'm just going to do, yes. And here it is. Here he is in robot mode. And this mode looks pretty good. The most different from the 07B is that color is, well, that one was more yellow, so this is a bit more orange, or like a mac and cheese color. And instead of silver, you got dark, like gunmetal gray, which I actually kind of prefer in some bits, like the arms. I don't know, this kind of looks like whatever Games Workshop gray is. And on the chest, at least the legs get mostly covered up. But now, and the sculpting looks pretty good on the arms, the legs. weird slit in the crotch, well, into lubricating. Well, where he lubricated on Simmons in TF1. I don't know why that's there. Seemingly no reason. But articulation, well, you got a ball joint at the head. It can look up that far. Not that far. And doesn't have any down. Can look back that far. And same, well, if you move it up, you could get a bit more. Shoulders are on a ball joint. Can move up. And can go all the way up. And about that far back due to the wings. You got elbows are on a ball joint, so you got I'd say a bit more than a 90. You can move these sections up and down for some reason. I don't know why. Nothing in the wrists, obviously. Well, not totally obvious, but bleh, don't know. You got a waist swivel, which really scares me on the back bit there. I mean, that thing is so thin, I'm scared it'll just snap off. I mean, I swear, even with the way it kind of can sway like that ain't normal. You need to make it a bit thicker. Or like change something up to make it not that thin, or I don't know, maybe harder plastic. Because I'm kind of scared of that breaking in half. Anyway. But yeah, can almost do the splits one way. And then do the splits. Can do, well, splits like that, I guess. Got a little more than a 90 in the knee. Like about a 90 in the knees. Yeah. Got, well. Hope you don't. Got ankles due to transformation, so you can make it look like he broke his leg. Or you could just remove them because they're on ball joints if you want to recreate that scene from TF1. They're massive. But anyway, the gun, you just slide it in there. Well, you just put it in his hand, which I don't really like as much. Unlike the 70s Bumblebee. That version, I prefer the arm being able to be taken off and swapped out. And then I usually just pull that bit up, push that bit up, just for some pizzazz. Just because. And then, well, just going to show you what it looks like with the battle mask on. Again, it might match up color-wise, but I don't know. Just don't really care for it that much. It's just not appealing to me. Just going to swap back. And then I also made a hammer. Because it's hammer time. Holds it way better than the... Never mind. Well, at least you can hold it up, unlike the 70s. And as far as kibble goes, there's just a bit there which I don't mind. The backpack I also don't mind because it's like back armor. And then you got those bit which you could just flip them up for bigger wings, which I do sometimes, but I don't know which one I like more. Now, more size comparisons. Probably should move them down. Studio Series, Dark of the Moon, D. Dark of the Moon, Dino, stand. Good. Revenge of SS, ROTF, Jolt. DOTM, Ratchet. AOE, Hound. And DOTM Battle Hooks Optimus Prime. Pretty great scale between all of them. And for anyone wondering what I meant by ROTF, DOTM, AOE, they're acronyms for all the movies. The first live action movie, just call it Transformers, or TF1. Revenge of the Fallen is called ROTF. Dark of the Moon is DOTM. Age of Extinction's AOE. And The Last Night is TLK. In the Bumblebee movies as well. BB, the 86's movies just TF86. And that is. Dang it. And just because. Flip. One step change of Bumblebee. They're about the same size and that, but you'd be like, oh, why would you buy that one? This one's half the price. It's a one-step change. It doesn't do much. I mean, the best bit of articulation is that. Well, probably should do a review on it sometime, maybe just for a short, because that's how fast it takes. But in all, I would recommend, you know what? Quick review. One-step change of Cyberverse Bumblebee. It's fine. If you have $10, sure. Well, transformations are as simple as just turning the two sides, and it's not really a one-step change, it's more of a two-step. Well, more of a two-step. Arms move. That spins. And, well, you could try to make them walk like that. It just looks a bit weird, though. You know, it's fine for what it is. And that's it for that. But in all, it's a great figure, especially if you have the, 70s Bumblebee. So you could just swap the heads. And that is all.